Hi and welcome to another edition of the South China Morning Post Racing Podcast. I'm Alan Aitken, and in Hong Kong racing news today we have the announcement that the international trial events in November will be opened up to the participation of foreign horses for the first time this season. The three Group 2 races that serve as both a lead-up and also the selection basis for the Hong Kong horses going into the Cathay Pacific International races in December will be open to foreign horses who want to come here and have a lead-up race, or at least a race around the venue where they will be internationally competing in December. It's a great move. It's been brought on by the situation with Australian sprinter Scenic Blast, who is preparing for the Sprinters Stakes in Japan the week after next. And he was in the situation where he would have had to return to England between racing in Japan and racing in Hong Kong. And instead, he will now get the opportunity to come here directly from Japan and prepare for the International Sprint Trial. Also in the news, the Jockey Club has announced just a little taste of its grand vision for the future, with the plan to expand training facilities to Guangdong. Now that won't come up for a while. The Asian Games will use an equestrian facility at Konghua, which is just outside Guangzhou, in late 2010. But the Jockey Club plans to acquire the land and the facilities thereafter and develop them into a state-of-the-art training centre, which will then be used to prepare around about a third of the horses currently in training at Sha Tin, while some much needed rehabilitation work is done on the facilities at Sha Tin. Well, today of course is On the Rails Day. Each and every Wednesday we discuss matters of importance in Hong Kong racing, and I've dealt with both of those ideas that are in the news in today's Rails column. I've led off on the Konghua Centre and what it could mean for the future of racing, not only in Hong Kong, but in this part of the world generally. And I invite you to take a look at today's On the Rails column. Well, back to Happy Valley tonight, and no trophy race as such, but the Class 2 Beach Handicap is the main race of the card. That's the final race, and I've gone for another of the Peter Ho team to race well tonight and win the Beach Handicap in number 4 Fluke. Peter Ho's horses have come out running this season. He's had 14 starters so far for 2 winners, 3 minor placings and 3 more earning stake money. That's a pretty decent strike rate so far, and Fluke is going to give Ho a great chance of winning again tonight. In the video that you're watching, this is the race won by Inter China Star at the final Happy Valley meeting last season. You won't see a great deal of Fluke until the closing stages. He has the light green colours and he's flashing home into 7th place. I think he'll be much closer in running tonight and be very tough to beat. Jockey Challenge time, and the odds makers put up Matthew Chadwick as the $4 favourite when prices opened last night for the Jockey Challenge, ahead of Zach Purton at 4.5 and Douglas White at $6. And I think Chadwick represents the best value and the man they have to beat. One of the keys to winning at the Jockey Challenge is squeezing vital Jockey Challenge points out of lesser rides, because the good rides tend to pretty much take care of themselves. And Matthew Chadwick has been doing that. He's won 2 of the 3 Jockey Challenges so far this season, and on the weekend it was notable that he was able to get points out of a couple of his early rides, Perfect Fit and Little Big Boy, who didn't look to be major players in their races. And those minor points do add up and they make all the difference. And if Matthew can take some points from his early rides tonight, Super Special and Carbridge, he's going to be very tough to beat, because he's going to come home very strongly with powerful winning chances in the final 5 races. Best bet time, and I've gone to that great source of best bets over the years, Class 5, for my best bet tonight. It's in race 1, it's number 9, Optic King. He's a course specialist and he's had the benefit of a recent run, which is not the case for his rivals. He's my best, race 1, number 9, Optic King. Well, that's all for today's racing podcast. For any more on the stories we've touched on here, pick up your copy of the South China Morning Post or take a look online at www.racing.scmp.com. I'm Alan Aitken. Good punting.